What's going on? Oh man, my hair's terrible. Damn, Daniel. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. I don't know what to call this segment, to be honest. In Athlete Weekly or something like that. I don't know. Inner thoughts, inner athlete thoughts. I don't know. If you have any ideas, pop it in the comments below. We'll kind of give this segment a name because I'm enjoying this, and some of the feedback that I've gotten, some of the people I've spoken to who do watch this, I appreciate you for supporting this and kind of supporting my mission in order to kind of bring up the industry and to educate people about what's going on in the industry of strength and conditioning and kind of lift the standard. I kind of live by JFK didn't write this quote, his writer did, as says, all boats rise with the tide. So I want the whole standard to lift, not me having a tall mask and kind of like looking above everyone else, thinking I'm top shit. I definitely don't think I'm top shit whatsoever. This week's topic, this is actually quite an interesting one, and I think it kind of like we have this. So the topic's simple. It's like stimulate over annihilate when it comes to training and sport and performance, even just like more normal weight loss goals. Like, are we trying to? What's the goal of your training? Are we trying to annihilate our bodies to get weight loss? Or are we trying to stimulate our bodies to get weight loss? You know, it's kind of different food for thoughts in looking in this scope. And my personal belief is we should be majority of the time, about 90%, if not even more, stimulating some sort of progression throughout. So if you're looking to put on some muscle mass, if you're smashing your body on a constant basis, right? So you're going to fail all the time in your sessions, your bodies will have a lack of ability to recover. It will actually need a lot longer for it to recover. But if we actually give our body enough training to provide a stimulus for growth, isn't that just providing the same, working towards the actual goal? Just kind of like think about that for a second. It's like if we provide enough of a stimulus so our body recognizes us that, all right, I've damaged my muscles, got micro trauma, got metabolites signaling that the muscle needs repair and grow. Isn't that enough of a stimulus? Some would say yes. Some would say they want to feel the burn. They want to feel like they've worked hard, and not necessarily working hard all the time is a good thing. And I like to kind of use the analogy of a car. And if you're constantly working hard all the time, say if it's work, training, relationships, and everything is stress, right? It's all stress. You're constantly like redlining all the time. So if you're redlining all the time, and if you think of a car engine, you're just basically just wearing out the components of the actual engine. When you wear out the components, you need to give it a lot more maintenance. You need more time in the shop to actually fix the components of what's going on, rather than thinking more of the longevity of what the goal is. And as humans, we understand that it takes a long time in order to create a new habit, and habits don't happen quickly. That's just a given. So we want to stimulate whatever goal we want to do. We want to stimulate fat loss. We want to stimulate strength. We want to provide enough of a stimulus that allows us to progress. And how do we know what's enough? And that's a good question. I'm glad you're thinking it. The issue with that is we don't technically know, but usually something that is more than what you've done in the past is actually going to be enough. So if you've come from nothing and you just do 2 sets of 10 of push-ups, and you do that on a regular basis, that will be enough for you to progress and get stronger and slowly put on some muscle mass, because the threshold is so low. All you have to do is do those 2 sets of 10 or 2 sets of 12 and continually do them, and you build this volume over time. And when you build the volume over time, you actually need more of a stimulus. So you might end up doing 3 sets of 8 or whatever it may be, or you might just spread those sets out more over time. But the main point is you want to build over time. You want to build your training, the volume, whatever you're doing, squats, bench, deads, whatever. You want to slowly build over time so you actually get stronger. Rather than try and redline all the time. Redline just leads to burnout, and you can see with a lot of professional athletes, a lot of young kids as well, if you're constantly pushing kids, if you're constantly pushing someone hard all the time and redlining all the time, eventually it's just going to lead to burnout. And you got kids as well, specifically, they've got stress, they've got school, they've got family, they've got their friends to deal with. Then what else have they got? They got the expectation of the coaches, the expectation of the parents, and this is a lot for a kid to actually carry throughout, and that can actually boost that the needle there, and actually get them redlining even if they're not working hard, because their hormonal system's out of whack, and it's just spiking all the time. The neurological system, the brain is just constantly active. Their heart is just above resting rate, so their body is constantly redlining in other systems rather than the actual training itself. So what does it really mean? It's like, just provide enough of a stimulus for the individual to actually progress over time. But in order to do that, you must figure out what they've done in the past. And usually what someone's not done in the past is actually provided an awesome stimulus for later on down the track. They're going to get some sort of growth. So if you've done push-ups for 3 or 4 weeks, you might progress to dumbbell bench press. And that's going to it's the same movement pattern, but it's a different stimulus. It's a novel stimulus. But redlining and constantly pushing yourself, and there's lots of fat, new trend training styles out there that really push you to work hard, and you might have trainers that push you to work hard and sweat your guts, and you just feel like you just hating life when you're going through it. But what is it really trying to achieve? Are you just really trying to fill a psychological void, or are you really want something with a bit more substance and actually helps your body over time? So are you trying to overcompensate for something else that you haven't done? Are you trying to make up for all the training that you haven't done in the last 10 years? Are you just want to go hard and just kind of prove yourself that you can do this? Like, there's always a time and place to go redline and hard and whatever it may be, but you need to pick those battles, because you're only going to get so many opportunities in order to redline and actually perform at a high level. And that's why with a lot of athletes, and it doesn't matter where they are, if they're local, amateurs to state, national and international, they want to be redlining or peaking. They want to be at their peak, essentially. At their peak, right for competition. They want to be primed. They can go balls to the wall, put everything on the line for that competition. And that they know they've solely invested in that, but they've done all the work and build up to it. So they've got the pyramid as the base. You do a lot of work, building, a lot of volume in training, but then you come a bit more intensified and you peak. And there's only so many times your body will allow you to peak before it just completely burns out. And you can have them really short and close to each other, you're just going to burn yourself out, and it's going to take you a long time to recover. I hope you found this helpful. Hope you got some tips from this. If you have any recommendations on what to call this little segment on a Monday night, post in the comments below. Next week's content, I have no idea what it's going to be. Just whatever's kind of like current and up to date, and what I have, just discussions with people where it kind of pops up. I hope you guys have been finding this helpful. Please provide some feedback. Any feedback's good feedback. I'm always looking to progress this into something different, if not something bigger, to get more of a wider audience and benefit many people with this, as always. Take it easy. If you're in Melbourne, enjoy the weather. If you're anywhere else in Australia, enjoy the weather because it's pretty good at the moment. If you're in America, I've got a couple of American friends. Sucks to be you, for just freezing your tits off. As always, peace, love, look after each other, and help the industry get better.